Hello everyone and welcome to Joe and Mac, at least the NES version. The Genesis version is one of my favorite Genesis games, but that's not the one we're looking at right now. A bunch of nasty cavemen just stole all of our women, and we need to go get them back. Unlike the Genesis and SNES versions, which are slightly more complex, this game is basically just a series of short obstacle courses with flying enemies and ground enemies. It's really about as simple as the game can get. The fighting isn't really a focus, if that makes sense. It's just to clear out obstacles. You don't want to fight every enemy, that's not even an option, they respawn. Here's the first boss, and he's pretty simple. We just have to stay underneath his chin so that his boulders miss us. Or pebbles, rather. As you saw, we can throw upward, which we can use to hit his chin, and that makes him retreat so we can smack him in the face. All the bosses are pretty simple like this, but you do have to think about how you approach them. You can't just mash on the attack button. Most of the bosses have some form of projectile. Most of the challenge in the boss fights just comes from figuring out how to dodge it. So we've been hurling around this stone axe. It's not the strongest weapon or the most useful. And there are evil cavemen which carry little bags on their back that have different weapons. This one's the boomerang, which is the fastest weapon, but it has a very short range. All of the stages are very, very short. They last under a minute if you know what you're doing, usually. Each level is composed of 2 separate stages. So this game isn't exactly a platformer, but we do have a jump, and a high jump, which is what we're using right here. This boss is equally simple to the first. It shoots things out of its mouth, and we need to jump over them and shoot it before we get back down. The boomerang makes this a bit harder, because you already have to be pretty close to hit it. A lot of the other weapons fire in an arc, which is what I'm more used to. This guy is still really no problem, though. So that's Joe and Mac. On the other consoles, it's a platformer. On this one, it's more just a big obstacle course. Very simple, very easy, still pretty fun.